What's up, guys? It's JohnReavesLive, and today is Thursday, but not gonna be doing our normal BTS compilation as our homie and freaking president RM just gave a really important speech, and I wanted to check this speech out, but then I was like, I want to watch this with you guys. So in saying that, let's watch this, let's listen to what he has to say, and then talk about it as well. So if y'all are new to my channel, smash that sub button as it's officially freaking sweater weather out there, and let's freaking do this together, freaking boom! And then hit that play button.
Here and to meet all the leaders of APEC here in Korea, where I was born and raised. I'm honored to tell you about myself and to share my message. I'm so proud and excited that this year, for the first time, the cultural industry was chosen as a key agenda for APEC.
I was about to say, it's a little quiet.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with K-culture or K-pop, but I'm sure you all agree that the cultural industry has great economic value and growth potential. But I'm just an artist. I am not a business leader. I
just have to say this really quick. I'm very glad that he made that specification, because like him saying like how profitable it is of an industry, we all know that, but it's not something that you necessarily think of like RM or like Suga or J-Hope or anybody in the band or like JK or anybody like that. You don't really necessarily look at them like the money part of that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's their influence that a lot of people like myself and everybody else in ARMY that we want to like support and like buy into it and stuff like that. So clearly I get that there's that dynamic, but I think it's important for him to say, I'm just an artist, like that has nothing to do with him. I mean, it has everything to do with him, but also nothing, if that makes any sense. Doesn't that make sense to what I'm trying to say? But I don't know, man. I don't look at RM in the same way I look at like Bang or somebody like that. You know what I mean? That's like, I just look at him like an artist. So I'm glad they said that.
I think you want to hear any numbers or figures from me. So
Awesome.
Today I want to speak to you as a creator and an artist. I want to share my thoughts on how K-pop crossed borders to move the hearts of people.
That is awesome.
It's not something we can really calculate or measure. It's a bridge that connects worlds, and I want to bring your attention to how we can work together to build this connection for tomorrow's creative cultural ecosystem.
That's really cool.
I'm a very lucky person.
No.
I'm lucky to have met the 6 other members of BTS. I'm lucky that I met our producer, Hitman Bang, who gave us his full support that we could make the music we love.
I love that.
But most importantly, I'm lucky I'm an ARMY who accept our music,
Hell yeah.
not just as a diversion, but as our shared language of life. And by the way, ARMY is the name of the official BTS fandom. For your information, the ARMY. Woo!
Woo woo!
Shout out to ARMY all over the world.
He's awesome.
And the ARMY is where I just finished my military service.
Not
I was
to be
there for
confused.
18 months. I just wanted to make sure. So, ARMY support and passion crossed all borders and opened up like brand new path for me. They gave me a voice that was heard at the Billboard Music Awards, at the Grammys, at the United Nations, and even at the White House, at such historic and symbolic events like right here at the APEC.
That's very cool.
BTS first started to go outside Korea about 10 years ago.
That is wild.
And back then, we didn't dream of what we see today. Nothing was like this. Did you ever turn on your TV or radio and hear a song that's not in your language or in English? Probably not very often, right?
It's very true.
I felt how hard it is to ever hear a Korean song in an English-speaking country. I saw how high a cultural barrier could be. At that time, the music of BTS was quickly called non-English foreign culture.
Oh, dang.
Trying to get on mainstream media through our music was like doing an experiment and a huge challenge.
I have to say this really quick. So I was talking to one of my friends recently, and he was telling me about how like BTS, K-pop Demon Hunters, and a lot of things like that kind of inspired him. I don't talk about these things very often on my channel because it's not something that I necessarily like. I don't know exactly how to bring it up sometimes, you know what I mean? As a white dude myself, growing up in America, I've always had like the privilege of like just being able to see like people that look like me in action movies around here. And this is specific also for like America, because in like Korea, there's Korean films, and Japan, there's Japanese films, and you get to see like the people that look like you kind of succeeding in the world and stuff. And so my friend is a Korean American. He's like first generation Korean. And so he was telling me that he was like, I never saw or heard any musician that looked like me, that sounded like me, or anything like that until K-pop really started taking off. And he was like, maybe I could do it. But he was like an adult at that point. So like, and I grew up kind of in that same era that he grew up in. So it was like, it's one of the first times that somebody has explained it to me in that way, where it really made me feel like I can understand. Like I can't necessarily say that I like 100% feel the same way that they do, or that he did in particularly, but I at least understand it better now, you know? And so with him saying that cultural barrier was so high in the US, like clearly it was. And so it's like very cultural. Just around the world we have these barriers and stuff. And I think that's something amazing that they've done, is like knocked that barrier down. Anyways, I respect and appreciate the barrier that they have destroyed, and in like such a beautiful way, man.
It was a test to see if music in Korean can work on the global stage. We tried to get on TV to show the world our music, but the doors were closed and would not move.
They didn't care.
But as you know, we couldn't just sit around and wait. We tried to make our own opportunities. We danced in the streets. We handed out flyers to free shows. But there was something even more difficult than those. When we said we are artists from Korea, they didn't ask us about our music. They asked, are you from North Korea or South Korea? Where on earth is Korea?
I've had so many people say that anytime I say I'm going to Korea.
Korea was before we could even talk about our music. And that was the reality.
That's so wild.
But we overcame those barriers, and now I'm here today sharing this precious moment with you. ARMY was the force that broke down those barriers.
That's the same for me as well too, man.
As the medium to carry out conversations that cross borders and languages. They were inspired by the message in the music of BTS to give to charity, to run social campaigns, and finally the world was amazed. Back then, awesome. ARMY was seen as supporters of a minority culture from Asia. Now, they shake the world as a new community and a fandom culture.
Hell yeah.
Even at this very moment, they're crossing borders and breaking down barriers through the pure power of cultural solidarity.
This is getting me hyped.
Solidarity and tolerance that know no borders. And it's an endless source of creative inspiration for me as well.
Hell yeah.
There is so much cultural content around the whole world. But why K-pop? Why is it so unique? Why does K-pop create this powerful and inclusive community? It's because of the special principle of unity of K-pop. This is what enables people from such diverse backgrounds to come together just through the medium of K-pop. I like to compare K-pop music to bibimbap. Bibimbap is a traditional Korean dish. You gotta taste it. So
Delicious.
You take pop, which is rice, then you put all kinds of vegetables, meat, flavorings on top, and mix it all up. And that's the bibimbap part. And K-pop is much the same. You take Korea's unique aesthetics, emotions, and production system, but you don't turn away elements of Western music like hip-hop, R&B, or EDM. Just like bibimbap, these parts all keep their unique identities, but mix together to make something new and fresh and delightful.
I also have to say this too. Like, he keeps on saying K-pop, but I feel like we all can agree that like BTS isn't necessarily like would fit in perfectly with just the stereotypical definition of K-pop. Like, you know, I don't feel like that, at least. I think K-pop is kind of trying to evolve around what BTS has become, and so maybe in that way the genre is kind of merged more towards BTS than BTS trying to find home in a genre. You know? Like, I don't know. But anyway, so I just keep on hearing you talking about K-pop, which I get. That's kind of what he's here for, talking about the message of K-pop. But I would dare to say that, like, BTS has ascended the genre and that the genre is now trying to catch BTS.
K-pop is not just a genre of music.
Well, maybe he's going to...
It is a 360-degree total package of music, dance, performance, visual style, storytelling, music video, and even social media. K-pop success didn't happen because one single culture was better. K-pop success came from respecting diversity and embracing world cultures, but still holding on to Korea's unique identity. When cultural barriers come down and different voices harmonize together, there's an explosion of creative energy.
Yeah.
This is where ARMY's borderless solidarity came from. And this is why K-pop is loved everywhere. Culture is like a river. It flows freely, different streams, sometimes coming together in harmony, just like K-pop. Coming together to carry itself far away and create something new. I like to see this creative flow of culture happen everywhere around the world. And the Asia-Pacific region has incredible, dynamic cultural diversity.
It sincerely does.
K-pop's shining success is proof that cultural diversity and creativity are the greatest human potential. A force with no borders, no limit to growth. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders of APEC, let me ask you a question. What is your favorite song?
That's such a hard question.
Do you remember seeing a painting that took your breath away? Or a book you read over and over again? Mm-hmm. We all know, we all love culture and art. And we are connected by the emotion and resonance that they awaken in us. As a creator and an artist of this generation, I'd like to use this opportunity to make a request to the leaders and distinguished guests of APEC.
Oh, man.
There are creators all around the world. Please help them. Give them the financial support so that their own creativity can bloom.
Damn, dude.
Give them the opportunities so that their talents can really shine. When you think about investing in tomorrow's generations, think about culture as well as economics.
I just gotta say, somebody like that saying that is freaking awesome. He didn't have to say that, dude. Ugh. Sorry. I've been in bands like my whole freaking life. And recently, I'm in the band City of Sound. And man, like, frontman Jordan, I don't know if he's going to like me saying this or not, but like probably one of the most like-minded people in business sense and in music and just in our drive and passion and stuff. And you would not believe how many freaking doors have been shut in our face because we're not like taking people's really ridiculous money offers. Like, it's just insane what they're trying to do. But you would not believe how many opportunities that are like just on the other side of financial capability, you know, like hiring a manager or hiring a booking agent or getting on a tour with a bigger band or something, just being able to get like that, I don't know, that opportunity, you know, having that door open. But you would have like, I don't know, but I will say this really quick. It does not matter how many doors are shut in our face. I will one day kick through them, okay? And I will not stop until that happens. That's how I feel about life. That's how I feel about music. And I'm glad that I found somebody else in music that thinks that same way. We're going to kick the freaking doors in. But thank
Culture
you.
and art
That is insane to say.
are a
That, dude.
powerful
That is so
force
beautiful.
that moves hearts.
Huh.
They are the fastest messengers that carry diversity and resonance. As the leaders of APEC, your policies and support will be the canvas and playground for all the creators. The foundation for creators all over the world to pour out their creativity. When creators flourish, other elements of culture gather to form brand new aesthetics. Their content will go beyond all kind of differences. They will blaze a road of true understanding and tolerance. They will create the power of solidarity for the future. I, too, stand by the vision of APEC. A vision that will drive diversity, inclusion, and growth through culture and creativity.
That's awesome.
As an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create.
Dude, yeah.
I will play my heart out in the playground you will build for us. I promise that I'll do my part by sending a message of courage and hope and lots of emotions through music. A message of embracing our differences to make something better together. I'd like to ask for your support for this future, and I think and I believe you can make this happen. Your support can make creators let their creativity soar. With your help, their creations will resonate around the whole world. Thank you very much.
Please give it up for
My
RM. What a fascinating speech. Let's give him a strong round of applause.
He
Thank
did not
you
have
so
to
much.
do that at all, but he just did.
It
That
was-
is so awesome of him, man. And so many different reasons that was so freaking cool that he just did that. Literally, he doesn't need anybody's money. He does not need their money or their support. You know what I mean? He literally was just there to help for the future of musicians. How freaking cool is that? Ah, what an awesome dude. Like, if he couldn't get any cooler or more amazing of a person, like a person that I want to support, that was insane. My God. I have so many thoughts on that too. I love the fact that he talked about how music bridges cultures and also breaks down these barriers that we have. Because, like, for myself personally, and I know there's probably like 2 people freaking watching the rest of this video, but like just my own personal thing, whenever I went to Japan for the first time, I went to Japan, we were going to a One OK Rock concert, and so Japanese band. Going to another country, I was like terrified, but also like, I probably got this, you know what I mean? I'm an adventurous little person. So like, whenever I got over there, didn't speak any language. I was really trying hard to like, Pimsleur stuff, freaking like Duolingo things. And it was my first ever time venturing out of the country as a grown adult and like in this. And I know whenever I got over to Japan and I actually got to the concerts that I was going to, it was some of the most amazingly inclusive things I've ever done. And it was such a scary thing for me because I was like, I'm going out of the country. I hardly have been out of my state in the last couple of years. So like, it was a wild thing. And then whenever I get there and everybody that I was there, like I went to go see One OK Rock, and whenever I get to the crowd, everybody there was just like so supportive, like, oh my God, you're here. And like just talking about music and stuff. Some people spoke English and I got to speak some really, really broken Japanese to some people. And then like after the concert, went out and like hung out and sang karaoke with people until the train started running back again the next morning. Like that changed my life personally, and like experiencing culture in that way changed my life to now where I'm trying to go around the world to show how music does break these barriers. So like, yes, I agree with everything he just said right there. And like I said, he did not have to say any of that. Like he literally does not need their support, need their financial help, need nothing. He just was there for the future of music. And I think that's beautiful, man. Thank you guys very much. Next week, we'll get back to watching some funny compilation videos and laughing. But I just wanted to watch that with you guys. So thank y'all very much. I hope you're having a blessed one. For real, if y'all need anything at all, please message me. If you are a musician and you're looking for any guidance at all, any way I can help, please message me on that as well too. But for real, since sincerely. I appreciate y'all sticking around. Type in RM for president if you made it this far. Please let me know you made it this far in the video. And I'll talk to y'all later. Freaking toodles. Bye.